Welcome everybody to my first drive in a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highlander. Now this is the standard range option, so it is the base spec, which is quite good because obviously I've just come from my performance spec Model 3, which was the highest spec you can buy. This is now the lowest spec, and to say this is low spec is just absolutely absurd. This thing comes with all the bells and whistles pretty much. It just doesn't have extra range, 2 motors, and some extra speakers, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. Oh, and you also get this nice Alcantara top here, which I actually really like. So I've only driven it from literally from there to here to this car park, and I wanted to do a full setup, my first ever drive on it, all in one video. So first of all is just getting the seat into its comfy position is obviously nice and easy and fine. The steering wheel feels good. The steering wheel needs to come out a little bit, so we're going to go into here, controls, we'll go on to oh my god, I haven't done this in so long, because once you do it, you actually obviously so we need to go out. So there you go, that comes closer to me and down a little bit, so you can go all the way down to here, or oh, I hit the indicator. Oh god, I gotta get used to that. Or you can go all the way up to about there. So I think I like it probably about there, in a tiny bit more. Yeah, I'd say that's probably set. So there we go. We can do our mirrors. So to do the mirrors, you select here. Obviously, it'll auto tilt, auto fold, and auto dim. There you go. Mirrors are all good. That mirror's all good as well. Perfect. There we go. That's pretty much everything you need to do before you set off. Everything else is on auto lights. So this does have the Matrix LED lights, but sadly what I've noticed is it's not on the newest update. So this also does have, which I was very surprised by, maybe it's in software, is the full self-driving computer and the full self-driving capability turned on. So that's going to be quite nice. But sadly, we're on V11 2023.44.30.9, not the new 2024, which does use the Matrix LED. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, tonight the car gets an update so I can use that new setting before I have to hand it back. Again, huge shout out to Bristol Tesla for lending me this car to just play with and have a try with, get some videos out, and ultimately see if I'm going to upgrade to a new one. I think I'm waiting for a new Model Y, but I'm not sure. We'll see how this goes. So just from feeling everything as we get in and before we start, these chairs hug you really nicely. This wheel feels really soft, quite nice. It's got a slight flat bottom, but feels nice. It does feel strange that there's no stalks, and I've got to say the first thing I did when I got in the car was try and hit a stalk. So that's obviously muscle memory, and also I forgot to indicate when I came out because I was like, oh, there's nothing there, and by that time I'd already started going. So I've got to get used to having no stalks. You've got the indicators here, and the drive, the car does it for you, which is really strange. Or you can use this slider here. So if I go into reverse like that, oh, look at that, it's got the high fidelity park assist where it shows a render of a world. Okay, can you guess what that is just by that render? Anyone? What is it? It's a VW Caddy van. So yeah, there you go. So that's kind of what it's seeing. So you can swipe down or swipe up to go forward, tap it into park, or you can use the buttons which are up here. But what you can also do is just press the brake once, and now we're in drive, and it's guessing that I want to go forward. So it'll do it itself, and I'm not sure what it sees here. There's nothing here, but the heat map is saying that there might be something there, which is interesting. And now you literally just push on the accelerator to go, and it will go in the way you think the car thinks you want to go. So we're going to come out here, and you can see there, so as you start moving forward, the high fidelity park assist turns off. I've tapped the button as an indicator, which is so strange, and now off we go. So the speed limit is set to 87. What is that? The speed limit is set to 87 miles an hour max on all of their demo cars, and sadly this doesn't seem to be leaving. I want to try and get rid of that notification if I can, but for some reason I can't seem to get rid of that. What is this noise? You can see loads of cones. Okay, the cones are over there, but it showed them closer to me, which was a surprise. This feels really nice. I've got oh, okay, I see it. So that's the speed limit warning coming into play there. So obviously we're in a 10 miles an hour, we're in a car park, so it doesn't really matter. And the car was pinging me, trying to make me trying to make me listen up. Okay, so I'd normally flick for the indicator here, but I'm going to use my thumb. Now, I do drive very much like this. I have the hands kind of in those two spots, so it doesn't feel too odd for me to use my thumb, but like here, I can't just flick it off. You've got to wait for it to come back into position. And there's a little ridge here, and then a little ridge here, and they're really quite nice. That's keeping my hands where I want them to be honest, so that's quite nice. I might want to put the steering wheel up a tiny bit, so I wonder if I can do that while it's driving. Is that better? Yeah, that's about it, just about there. Yeah, that feels nice. So yeah, so sadly I can't seem to get rid of this speed limit sign, but all it's saying is the car itself is restricted to 87 miles an hour, which obviously we won't hit anyway. So the new screen, and this was the first thing I questioned, was has the screen actually got smaller? Because for me it looks smaller, but apparently no, it's the same size screen. It's just the bevels or the bezels have got like literally half the size. They've got so much smaller, but it looks so bright and really, really crisp, which is obviously very nice. I can notice a big difference. I've just driven down for an hour in my car, and I was really trying to pay attention to everything, and I can really notice the difference. I can notice the difference on there. Coming to a red light here as well, and in general everything is more crisp and brighter. These cameras here, these are the new hardware 4 cameras, so these have 5 megapixel cameras with some special film which should reduce the amount of sunlight and glare on the camera itself. And that would have actually been really useful this morning because I was struggling. Because of the glare, the autopilot system was turning off this morning, which obviously isn't great when you're just driving and the sun is the reason that the system stops working on you. But like I said, this does have a full self-drive capability. I actually don't know how I turn it on. I have no idea how I turn it on because I didn't think of that before I was driving. Normally you press the stalk down once or twice, depending on what setting you've got, but I don't have that setting, or I don't have stalks, so I can't have that setting. So this is going to be interesting. I think it's this button here. I'm assuming it's that button there. So this button here puts away the cameras. So they've made that a fixed decision now, so you can't customize this button. It will always bring up and put away the cameras, which is obviously fine. It's actually pretty useful to have that button, to have the camera button. Oh, something's gone on here. That car's flying in as well, my days. I wonder if it's this button here. No, it's not that button there for autopilot either. What has happened here? Oh, big crash. They've come off the road and hit something. My God, I have no idea how they've done that. Jesus, those cars are all the way over. And here we go. Okay, so, yeah, no idea. Is autopilot... Oh, it's the middle button now. Okay, so it's this middle button. 1 press for traffic aware cruise control. 2 presses turns on autopilot. So let's navigate to a supercharger. Navigate to Michaelwood northbound supercharger. There we go, it's picked it up and we just select it. Job done. So it's going to start preconditioning the battery, and I'm hoping as well, so to turn on navigate on autopilot, you just press this button here, and there you go, it's turned on navigate on autopilot. Oh God, did you see that? I went naturally, okay, so it's not going to do it in time, so I've had to accelerate myself into this spot. And we're gonna go out again here as well. So yeah, I naturally there went for the stalk, which is a little bit strange, definitely a weird one to get used to there. And we're gonna navigate on autopilot all the way down to...
Take exit 16 on the left towards A38 North, A38 South.
To Michaelwood supercharger and give that a go and just see what supercharged speeds we get. Obviously we have got quite a full battery. The car's asking us to go over into the left lane, but we definitely want to stay on this lane. It's trying to turn us around and take us back to Tesla. I'm not sure what that's about. We don't want to go back there, we want to go up here. Okay, I'm not sure what that was doing there, but it seems to reroute us. And again here, it hasn't got obviously navigate on autopilot to start on every trip, so we're having to press it. Okay, so the biggest thing that I notice by far is the lack of road noise. Now obviously I drive a 2019 Model 3 Performance, which have the bigger alloys, so smaller tyres, low profile tyres, and you get a lot of road noise from that. And I've got to say, there's really not much road noise here. A mixture of the new sound dampening. Oh, the road seems to split off here.
Keep right to stay on it.
Saying keep right, but obviously we've got to stick on this road straight ahead of us. Coming to a little slowdown here. Oh, and slamming on hard there. That slammed on really hard. I don't think it was for that. I think it was for the sorry, I don't think it was that car trying to come over. I think it was for the digger. So when the road veered off there, the digger looked very prominent, as if it was in our view, but it wasn't. It was actually on the other side of these barriers. So that's okay. We know that obviously autopilot and stuff still has its issues, and because we're going through roadworks here, it's going to be a lot trickier for it. But fine, didn't do too bad there. It just needed a little edge. So yeah, the sound is such a huge difference. So I'm going to put my window down, and the sound of the cars and stuff coming in. Okay, I'll do the window up. Wow, that is really good. I'm not playing. You guys know me. I like to say it exactly how it is. That actually sounds so good, or it's just so quiet. So obviously autopilot's not a big fan of all these roadworks and all this stuff going on, but it's still dealing with it nicely and keeping us through. But yeah, God, that sound difference is actually crazy. So being a standard range, it only has one rear motor rather than what I'm used to, having the rear and the front, which you get in the long range. But to be honest, like I said in a previous video, I actually don't drive much. I definitely don't drive far enough to deem the need for a long range version. And this, having like 280 miles from the start, from nearly a full battery, that's a lot. I don't think I'm actually gonna go that far without needing a break. So I'm happy with that amount of miles. So I'm just listening to how quiet it is, or just how relaxing and peaceful it is in this car. So it's wanting us to go in the left lane, but I'm not quite sure why. Oh, okay, it's to get away from the cones is what it's saying. But we want to continue. We don't want to get stuck behind these cars. So I don't want to do that. So how do I'm not sure how I cancel it. No, I don't want to do it. Please go away. Stop asking me to go away from the cones. So you can see here as well, we get this red warning for when we're passing cars here on the left side. So it's trying to think it wants to go into there, but it's saying, hey, it can't now. I also get a red light, which is new, just in the speaker grill here on the left-hand side, which is saying also there's something in your blind spot. So I think that's a really cool new little addition. I liked it when it showed it up on the cameras, but to show it up inside the car as well, I think is a really nice addition. All right, let's pull this then up into the 70s. It's being really efficient on its accelerating. You almost can't feel it accelerating. Come on, car, let's keep going. There we go, it's starting to pick up. God, it is so quiet. Even cars like rushing past, it is really quiet. Oh, I naturally again there went to press my indicator stalk. That's literally just muscle memory there. That's what I wanted to show this first drive, to see if there were, even though I know obviously I'm driving the new car, in my head I still have these old old things that I'm, you know, so used to doing. So again, I kind of started to reach around. Apply slight force, applying slight force. Nicely done. Wants to go in the left lane here. God, I'm amazed how quiet this is. It's really, really tranquil. It's really quite nice. Now, this car doesn't have the upgraded speakers. The new cars have something like, I can't quite remember, I think it was like 15 speakers or something like that, which is insane. This still has about 8 speakers, and it has new speakers as well in the roof. How about up on the roof? Just in between the front and rear seats. There's a new speaker grille. I'm not sure what speakers it has in there, whether it's like some small tweeters, whether it's an actual like woofer or anything up there. I am highly doubtful. But apparently that speaker setup, the new speaker setup, is pretty insane. So let's give it a go. Play no copyright music. So obviously, if this is copyrighted, you'll be hearing nothing right now. I'm just going to turn this up and hopefully give you a sense of the music and see what it sounds like. Tesla always have such good sound systems, and considering again this is the base, this is the base spec, sorry, not base as in BASS, this is the base spec new standard range Tesla. Oh my god, it sounds so good. It's still so, it's got so much depth to it. The immersion of it is really good. I noticed whoever used this before me has turned the bass to the maximum. The only thing that I noticed different is not quite the same bass from like a subwoofer down in the back that I think on my performance that we have, it just gives it a bit more oomph. These side speakers were tingling, were absolutely tingling, which was really nice. And I noticed a bit of sound coming from above, but not enough that, you know, I'm like, oh, there's definitely new speakers up there. What I was looking for in the speaker section was something on here in the immersive sound section that allowed me to play more like above me rather than below me. But no, I couldn't see that in there. Balance, no, that's just all around us. So yeah, I mean, really impressive. Like I said, all Teslas have such good sound systems. I think when I got my first Model X, I was amazed by how good it sounded. And then when I got in my Model 3 and drove it home for the first time, honestly, I was so happy. Just with the sound system alone, it makes such a difference, but on it does. It is really, really good. Okay, so we're going to be coming off in a minute. One thing I did notice though was when I went over like this to do the speaker and turn it up to do the sound levels, I actually brushed over the indicators, and I was a little bit concerned. Keep right, okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm not sure what it did there. It's like it was indicating off. I'm not sure which way it indicated, but obviously we're staying on this lane. So I'm just going to brush the left indicator. No, okay, so you definitely do need to click onto it, because I was worried that when I just brushed over to do the sound, I'd be accidentally clicking the indicator. But no, it is somewhat capacitive, but also it definitely needs a tiny press. But it also feels really nice when you do use the indicator. It gives you a nice vibration that just confirms that you've obviously clicked it. So there we go, we'll click it here. Going around. Perfectly done. We need to get back into that left lane. Tapping it doesn't do anything. You actually have to give it a little click, which is really good. I think if these were fully like touch sensitive rather than clicky, that wouldn't have been a good choice. And then over here we've got hold this down so that the wipers can squirt water and wipe. Washer fluid is low, I need to top that up. And then press it once just to turn on the wipers. When they're on auto, it just gives it a wipe basically, but they're on auto for the rest of it. Asking us to go in the hard shoulder here, which isn't correct, but we'll just wait a little bit, and now we'll start indicating off. And I think we would have missed that. We would have definitely missed that had I let Autopilot continue the rest of that drive. Thank God I didn't. And it has got traffic aware cruise control on as well, because I normally have mine on like a double tap, but this obviously hasn't. This has got it on a, no sorry, I have mine on a single tap. This has it here on a double tap. So let's pull up here at the service station. I'm just going to go have some lunch, plug this in. It doesn't need to charge, to be totally honest. It pretty much is on full charge, but I'm just going to plug it in anyway because it is free to charge it while we go get some food. So there we go, there's the first drive of the Tesla. I haven't done like lots of city driving with it and stuff. Here's something interesting I wanted to give a go. Will it park itself? You can hear the car's preconditioning. No, so the car doesn't want to obviously park itself. It's not giving me any option there, but let's just reverse a little bit and try this high fidelity park assist. Ah, pretty cool. So if we look around there, it's showing like the trees and stuff just as a wall, and then that is a supercharger. So I wonder if, like, I want to go forward now, so I have to swipe up. I don't want the high fidelity park assist to leave though. I want to see if I can pick up all of these chargers individually. So yeah, it's kind of picking up the chargers individually. It's picking up this box in front of us. You can see here it shows it as a box. So that's showing how the car sees the world, how the neural net works and whatnot. And let's see if just by using this system here, can I park it in a space? Okay, I'm just using what the car can see on the lines here. Oh, maybe there. I'm trying not to look at these cameras as well. So that's, or slightly over the line maybe. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit wonky there. A little bit wonky. So I was only using, oh look at that. It's really cool how it builds the world around you though. So like now, for example, I put it, where's park? So park again is there. And now the only way to go is forward. So I'm going to tap to activate, and look at that, it does. The only option it gives me here is to go forwards. 3 miles an hour, still shows high fidelity park assist. And then so you can either swipe like that, or you can press the button up here. So I can go drive or reverse by using that button, just like that. And now I'm just using the cameras like I normally would, and to be honest, it's a lot better. It reverses, oh interesting, okay. It reverses a lot quicker than my car. So it's saying stop here, but I think if I actually stopped here, I'd be too far away from the charge cable. And that's because it's using, you see those bollards over there, the white and black ones on the floor? It's saying to stop for that. But those are there for your wheels. And when you touch them like that, that now confirms that you're far enough back, you're able to charge. So obviously again, you can see here that it's not happy that we've gone over the line, over the area, but that's what it is. That's Tesla Vision for you. It's not using ultrasonic sensors anymore, it's just using cameras, and obviously it's being super careful. And there we go, put that into park. Am I in park? No, I'm in reverse. So how do I swipe down to park? Do I click to park? Do I have to have my foot on the brake? Okay, you have to have your foot on the brake to park. That's going to be strange to get used to. So there we have it. Let's have a look at the charging setup, shall we? So if we go in here, charging, it's already up to the maximum. So I'm just going to plug it in and we'll see what do we get. So it's using the same charge port from the old car, and we'll just see what we can get out of it. Obviously here we're literally charging the final 10%, so it's not going to be a massive one. Oh, you know what I wanted to see actually when there was someone walking around was how high fidelity park assist would look. But so even with only 10% of the battery left, it's still gone straight up to 105 kilowatts, charging at over 400 miles an hour. And that's going to get us back up to 100%. That's actually really impressive. My car normally, when you get to the final 10%, it normally doesn't go over like the 60 kilowatts or anything like that. So that's actually quite impressive. It's obviously absorbing more charge later on in the car's life, which is pretty good. So there we go. There's my first drive with it. It's absolutely brilliant. I really like it. Inside wise, it just feels at home. Like, oh, I feel at home. It feels a nicer version of what I've got, even though this is like the black interior, which is the cheaper version. If you want the white one, which I have, you have to pay extra for. This feels nicer. It's got stuff like, of course, the cooling seats, which I don't have in my car. It's got the heated steering wheel, which I don't have in my car. It's got the lights, the LED strip that goes all the way around. So you probably can't see it too much just yet. But if I maybe turn it to red, there you go, you can see the red probably a bit better. We'll try blue, which all from this first drive, my raw impressions, I like it. I really like the car. It's definitely a step up. The build quality is brilliant. The drive is nice and quiet. Nice little additional upgrades here. Everything feels really solid. Like every part of the car. Oh, and listen to this. Open glove box. Okay, listen to the glove box close. Oh, it's got magnets. Open glove box. It's the best shutting magnets, best shutting drawer with magnets I think I've ever heard. And then listen to how good the doors sound as well. Oh, it's so firm. It's really firm. It just closes in nicely. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what videos you want to see with this car over the next couple of weeks and stuff. I'm going to try and film as much as I can while I have it. But so far, so good. Until next time, drive safe.